In politics, nothing happened by accident. If it happened, you can bet it was planned that way. That right there is a quote from FDR, you guys. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And if you just think about it, that's an inside guy. It's numerous people who are inside. Now, there's no, this is just my personal opinion. There's no politician or president that's ever been on either people's side. They always been on the banker's side, always to me. But sometimes they'll blur out and say things. They will say things and they will tell us the truth, what's really going on the inside. We who think, we would say, I wonder why he's saying that. We know why he's saying it. But just think about that quote, you guys. Nothing in politics just happened. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. So all this crap that we're going through now that they have made political, like they can tell us what we can put on our bodies, like they can tell us we need this little stab from this knife. Everything with this virus that's going on, it's all political. Nothing happens by chance or accident. We know that because we know our politicians are controlled. We know that our politicians are bought and paid for. How can you be making $100,000 within a year, then within 2 or 3 years you're worth 10 to 15 million? How is that? How is that? If anybody else, if we had to come up like that, who would be knocking at our door? How did you make this much money this quick? But for the district of criminals, nothing ever happened to them. You know, it's this thing that they have called, laws for thee, not for me. And if you don't think that we're living in a modern day slavery, man, you're a fool. You're one of the biggest fools on the planet. I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. And I love Poker Face song, I'd rather die than be their slave, and Take Back Control, man. If y'all guys ever get a chance, check out Poker Face. Poker Face, I'd rather die than be your slave. That is a wonderful, great patriotic song. And you got to Take Back Control too. I love those two songs that they made. I'm also throwing another plug. Check out my boy, man. He's rough, man. I love him to death. Named Henry Schreiber from World Report. Scrap that. Don't worry about it. I'll come back with that later on. As a matter of fact, I just put it in the description. It's a long I mean, not email. It's a long web address. No, it's world. Scrap it. But yeah, you guys, if you don't understand, there's rules for thee and not for me, and we understand that we're not enslaved. Did it very covertly, but we are enslaved because the bottom line is when you look at it, they can do whatever they want. They have things called qualified immunity, where it came out like in during the 60s. I can't really remember, during the 60s, where if a politician harms anyone or breaks a law, they have this qualified immunity where nothing happens to them. But we don't have it. Why do the police have qualified immunity and the politicians don't? I mean, and we the people don't. Sorry about that. This has just really been on my head this morning, and I get to the breaking point a lot, man. Like I really do. I get to the breaking point a lot. But they have qualified immunity. They can break laws, rules, and regulations. Corporations can break laws and rules and regulations. But we the little peasants, we the little serfs, we have to go to prison. And we got to be their slaves inside their private prisons. Like in private prisons, you guys, you got to have a 90% capacity. 90% capacity. 90. In order for them to even put a private prison in your state. And most of the time, the governments, they have a lot a lot to do with it, because most of them have stocks inside that private prison. Most of them own part of that private prison. So break it down to you: if you got a crooked toenail and they're at 80% capacity, oh, you going to prison. You are going to prison. It's the same thing that happened up there in Pennsylvania. Now, my boy, check out my boy Redbone channel. Redbone, man. Redbone, if you can, and if you see this video, I don't remember what city, but it was a judge up there. He was a juvenile probation judge, I think. And he was locking up kids and shipping them off to prison because he overwhelmed the juvenile system. And that's what he was doing. But this is the type of corruption, you guys. You don't move up into politics. You don't move up into government. You don't get into politics unless you're some type of crook. They're a bunch of crooks and criminals and evil people who want to rule us. But like I said, that FDR quote, nothing in politics happens by chance. If it happened, you can bet it was planned that way. Food for thought.